County 911. What's your emergency?
I just killed my children.
Excuse me?
I just killed my children.
Where are you?
I'm in the abandoned house on Highway 77 right after you go underneath the highway. One of them's still alive. Hurry.
How? Under what highway? You're on Highway 77 where?
I'm on Highway 77 right after you go under 35 going towards Milford. Get an ambulance out here to save the one that didn't die. Come on. Hurry up.
What's your name?
Bitch, call them. Have you already called them?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
Okay.
I need your name.
I don't want to tell you my name.
Hello?
Hello?
Are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
'77 toward Milford, right after you cross under the bridge. She's telling me she's killed her children. Are you in your car?
No, I'm not in my car. I'm in the house walking around. And one of them's still alive for real. She's asking to be saved, and I couldn't handle that. And so now
she's in an abandoned house.
It's been a long time. She might already die because she's bled out a lot. And hold on. What, baby? 77 is right. What did you say? I want to talk 911. She said, please send her.
Okay. Well, we've got people en route. Get an ambulance because one of them's still alive, she said. Can you tell me what happened? Ma'am? Hello? Ma'am? Can you tell me what happened?
I can't get the door open.
You can't get what door open, darling?
The front door, so y'all can come in when y'all get here. Why won't it open?
I don't know.
Hold on.
Are you on the right-hand side of the road or the left-hand side of the road, sweetie?
On the other house. It's going to be a cool thing. No, we're not.
Okay, they're coming. They're coming. I just want to try to clarify exactly where they are. Can you tell me what happened?
I don't want to say. I don't see any lights. They're not coming.
Well, they're on their way. My partner's getting them to you just as quickly as she can.
Okay.
How many? How many children do you have?
Two.
Huh?
Two.
Two?
One of them is dead. She's dead, but the other one, she wants to be saved, and she needs to be saved, and I don't see any lights. Tell them to get down here.
Honey, they're coming. They're coming. Do you have any weapons?
I do. I have a knife.
She has a knife.
Should I throw it away?
No, ma'am. Just put it in. She's got a knife. Can you not tell me what your name is?
Well,
huh?
Hold on.
What's your name, darling?
I'm not telling you my name. I'm trying to watch the door.
How old are your children?
Hold on. You see that? Okay, God damn it, hurry up.
Honey, they are coming. They're on their way. You should be hearing lights and sirens. Seeing lights and hearing sirens.
I'm going to be with you if everything we have to see.
Are you still with me?
Still with you.
I'm at your way off of the bed.
Hello?
I'm here. They're not here.
They're on their way, sweetheart. They had to come from different parts of the county.
Hold on, kid. They're coming. Tell them not to shoot me. I don't have a gun.
Okay. She doesn't want to get shot because she doesn't have a gun. Okay. When they get there, I want you to lay the knife down out. When you get the door open, I want you to lay the knife down so they can see that you don't have any weapons.
Okay. Oh, my God. She's dead. Oh, my God.
How old are the children?
I won't tell you. She wants you to hurry.
Honey, they are coming. They're coming as fast as they can. They're trying to be sure. Do you see them?
They're coming.
Do you see them? Do you see them?
No, I told her they were coming. Hold on.
Yeah, the one dog face back off in the tree.
Can you see the lights?
No, I see something down at the end of the road. I see car lights, but not fire lights, not police lights.
She says
At the end of the driveway.
She says they're at, she
I
can
hear
see.
sirens. I hear them.
Okay.
Come out with our hands up.
But I hear them.
Okay. You
There's
need to.
people coming up the driveway.
I know. I understand that. I want.
Driveway with my hands up.
She stayed.
By the house, both hands up, except for one, because I'm on the phone. They're coming.
She's got her hands up, except for the fact that the one that she's on the phone with. So she's out in the yard. She says she's out in the yard beside the house.
Okay, goodbye. I see them. They're right here. Goodbye.
All right. Bye.
When Deborah Jeter made headlines in 2009, it was for all the wrong reasons. While she wasn't completely stable through most of her life, the actions that skyrocketed her to infamy are something that causes every parent's blood to boil. Yet there were so many signs. Deborah Jeter is a troubled woman. There are several situations in which it was glaringly obvious that something just wasn't right. The first of many instances was when Deborah's husband, Lee Jeter, told his partner that he wanted to separate. Deborah took the news hard, which can be expected, but this level of hard was different. The couple had 2 daughters together, Kelsey, 12, and Kirsten Jeter, 13. It made the separation that much more painful. This was catastrophic to the woman's psyche. It would be the catalyst for a lifetime of torment and pain that she would later go on to inflict on everyone around her. Right when Lee filed for a divorce, something in Deborah snapped. While the cause for the separation isn't entirely known, though, neighbors did report calling the cops on them several times because they were a loud family. Either way, it wouldn't take long for the facade to crack. When it did, it was massive. In May of 2009, Deborah tried to take her own life in front of her 2 daughters that she shared with Lester. That was the first time something along those lines had happened. Naturally, it freaked out her soon-to-be ex-husband. Rightfully so, questions began to come up about Deborah's ability to care for her children. The very next day, while Deborah was in treatment, Lee filed for temporary custody. He didn't just go for that, though. He wanted a temporary restraining order. He filed for a restraining order under the argument that Deborah tried to end her life with the kids at home, and he was worried about what she would do to the kids when she was released. The restraining order remained in place until, at another hearing, some 15 days later, the order was lifting to allow her to visit with their daughters. The one thing that Lee likely wishes he would have never done was agree with the judge when she said that Deborah had never shown any resentment towards their kids. It would be a mistake that he can never escape from. The next time Deborah saw the children was on a Friday at 6 p.m. The girls were excited to see their mom since it had been nearly 2 weeks by then. This would also be the first visit under a new custody order as well. Lee was understandably nervous, but Deborah told him that she was going to take the girls for a surprise. In a heartbreaking post that was found the night before, one of the daughters updated her MySpace status to talking about being excited to see her mom. Friday rolled around and she picked them both up like promised, but the surprise she had in store wasn't to anywhere they needed to be. Instead of going for ice cream or to a park, Deborah drove to Corsicana and back, reportedly looking for an abandoned house, which she found. We know this because that is where the 911 call came from. On June 5th, 2009, Deborah would place a 911 call that would leave the dispatcher speechless. There was no frantic voice like one would expect from someone who calls, no. Instead, it was an eerie calm that fell over the receiver. On the other end, a woman plainly states that she killed her kids. The horrified dispatcher had to ask her to repeat what she said once more before the nauseating statement sunk in. Then, she becomes more agitated, telling the operator that one of her daughters is still alive and begging to be saved. She called them because she just couldn't handle that. The rush was on to get to the deserted home using the instructions given in order to get to the injured girls. When they managed to locate them, the investigators' hearts sank at the scene that was displayed in front of them. Outside of the home stood Deborah Jeter, hands raised above her head, covered in blood. It showed streaks of where she had tried to wipe off the crimson stains. Inside of the garage was her car and a small knife. As they advanced further into the home, they found 2 girls. Kirsten was in a bedroom, critically wounded. Kelsey was in another room, already gone. As they tried to feverishly save Kirsten, they put Deborah in cuffs and escorted her into custody without any hesitation. While Kirsten was in the middle of having a life-saving surgery, Deborah would be questioned at length to figure out where it all went wrong for them. They wanted to know why a mother would do this to her own children. When Deborah began to tell officers what happened, it was enough to make even the most seasoned personnel squeamish and shake with rage simultaneously. She started her story with when she picked her daughters up from Lee and told them she had an unexpected surprise for them. The girls were ecstatic to finally see their mom again. As she drove around town, the girls had no idea that there was no surprise. She was looking for an abandoned building to enact her evil plan for revenge. When she spotted the abandoned farmhouse, she pulled her car into the garage and ushered her daughters inside. When they crossed the threshold, that was when the attack started. Deborah withdrew a small knife that she was concealing and began to brutally attack the unsuspecting girls. She started with Kirsten first, thinking that since she was the oldest, it was the smart idea. She didn't expect the girl to put up such a valiant fight. Seeing her knife-wielding mother, she yelled for her younger sister to run. When she realized that neither of them was likely going to be able to get away quick enough, Kirsten then used her own body to shield her little sister, sustained a stab wound to her back in the process. When Kirsten fell, she callously walked over to Kelsey and slit her throat. When she returned to do the same to Kirsten, she pleaded for help. Despite Deborah being a licensed healthcare worker, she refused but instead called 911. The investigators sat stunned into silence. When they finally decided how to proceed with the arrest, her bail was set at $1.5 million, especially when it came to light that there had been abuse allegations dating back to 2004. The charges were only dropped when she received mental health treatment. This time, she wouldn't have the charges dropped, but she would be offered a deal. In 2010, she pled guilty to murder and attempted murder for life without parole. It would also keep her daughter for testifying to the brutality at the hands of her mother, which would likely earn her a death sentence. Before being transferred to another facility, her ex-husband and Kirsten met with her one last time in which she apologized for her actions. After the devastating attack, Lee stood vigil at his daughter's bedside nearly all day and night. When Kirsten was released and time passed, he eventually would move on and find love once again. There's been no updates on Deborah, despite rumors of her taking her life.